Fairy Meat, and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch for a general reading. And this reading is for all signs for today, the 30th of June, 2023. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Jennifer, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Jennifer and Shirley. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. I am reading today with the Le Tarot de Gulliver, the Gulliver Tarot. And since it's a French deck, I thought we'd use a French eau de cologne. This is one of the oldest recipes still in production. This is Roger and Gallet Extra Vieille. If you're watching, I'm going to do 3 sprays in this room. If you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can use the timestamp, excuse me, right in the video description to fast forward right to the reading. Well, I don't know about shuffling, but if you don't want to watch me throwing cards, you can use those timestamps. All right, today is that general reading for all signs for the 30th of June 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. I already told you all that. This is going out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, you might want to just disregard the reading because it may not be meant for you. In that case, you can check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and all of those are available on my YouTube channel, on my Twitch channel, and most easily to find on my website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch us on Twitch without ads too, and you can do that by subscribing to us there. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of beautiful merchandise, including tarot decks. All of those are affiliate links, and we make a small commission off of each and every sale. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you happen to be watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat to give a donation on the platform. If you're watching on a restream, you can do that same thing on YouTube by using a super thanks. All right, let's see. I'm going to shuffle one more time just because these cards are beautiful, but they're a little thick and a little big for ripple shuffling, even with big hands. So I have to do it the overhand way, which is not I'm not as good at it, so it takes me longer. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. We've got a 7 of Cups. Ooh, hello. We've got a Knight of Swords. And then we have a 6 of Cups. I think everything is going really well today. The slight temptation here, and just be aware of your ability to maybe get kind of hooked into people's drama today. You don't want to get hooked into drama. You don't want to get, pulled into fighting or conflict or having an opinion that is not really, who cares, Sometimes we are full of opinions and they get us all riled up. And at the end of the day, who cares what my opinion is? It's nothing to do with me, right? So just being aware that your peace of mind is more important than being involved in some of that conflict. I don't think you're really going to succumb to it, though, because this is sandwiched by a 6 of Cups and a 7 of Cups. And that 7 of Cups in the Kabbalistic understanding, the 7s are Venus, and Venus is victory. And the reason why Venus is victory is because love conquers all, and beauty conquers all, and love and beauty are really what you're all about. And you're, as a result of that Venusian, that Venus energy, things are turning around for you, and things are really upgrading for you. And sometimes what happens, you hear about people saying, well, the universe is testing me, or God is testing me. It's not that God or the universe is testing us when we start to do well, and then we get sort of what looks like a test, it's not so much that as it is the ego trying to say, well, are you sure you don't want to be upset? Are you sure that you wouldn't rather be, in a problem or in a conflict than having all of these upgrades? Are you sure? Isn't it more fun to be in a conflict? That's how the ego operates. It kind of gives us some conflict as an alternative for our consideration, and it does its best to make it feel juicy. So, that's a lot of times the Knight of Swords is gossip, that kind of stuff. Oh, did you hear? That kind of stuff. So just be aware of it. It's the ego saying, aren't you sure wouldn't you rather be involved in that? Isn't it more exciting than all of these upgrades in your life? And you can resolutely say, no, it's not. I much prefer my peace of mind. I much prefer my gifts. I much prefer the way my life is going. I don't need to be distracted by this. Now, if that's the case today, and you do feel distracted, or you do feel tempted or pulled into somebody's conflict, you can remember that you'll get right back on track if you call right on that solar light. Now, if the solar light is a new concept for you, you can listen to my solar light meditation, and it's a short meditation. There's one really short one, and then there's one that's pretty short. There's two solar light meditations on my YouTube channel. You can find them on my website as well under the meditations tab. And it's all free, obviously. And what that solar light is, and you don't have to use the solar light. You don't even have to call it that. You can, any sense of a higher power is fine. But what the solar light is technically is that energy that emanates from sphere number 6 on the tree of life. And it's ruled by the sun. And it has the ability to reorganize things in your life so that they conform to your soul's will, to your true will, to the divine design. And when that happens, all of this other stuff just drops away because we realize how uninteresting and unimportant it is. So if you do notice that you're getting pulled off your path a little bit today, call on that solar light or do something to find that sense of a higher power to help you. And it can be like that. It can be in an instant. I really don't think you're going to have a huge amount of time away from your heart's desire today, but this temptation is there, so we want to talk about it. We've got another knight right on top of this knight. I love the dueling knights because that's what knights do. They sometimes fight, but this fight over here is for your own prosperity, and this is a good knight. So knights always bring help and assistance, but they also can bring defense, and they can bring conflict at times as well. So this is that angel on the devil, the angel and devil on the two shoulders. Do I want to do, and look at how they're facing different directions even. Do I want to do that which is good for my highest good and brings me more prosperity? Or do I want to indulge in things that are going to take me away from my highest good and my prosperity? So we have two opposing voices that are, it's like an angel on your shoulder and a devil on your shoulder. And it's not so much that one is evil and one is good. It's that one is encouraging you to get and stay on track with what you're here for, with all of that brings you the success and the prosperity. And the other one is like, yeah, but wouldn't you rather watch bad TV, eat bonbons, get involved in this gossip, get drunk, do all of the things that are going to pull you away and get you into more conflict and make you feel bad about yourself. So, and again, it's even if you listen to the voice inside of you that's really that Knight of Swords, it's not that all is lost. It's just a delay. And you don't want a delay. There's so much good happening. Look at this 10 of coins. This is where you're going if you listen to the voice that says, no, let's put that, I'm not interested in this, in whatever this is that's trying to pull me off my path. Let's stay on course because look at what I've got, what I'm headed for. I'm headed for a happy financial outcome. And that's what that 10 of coins is. And not only is it a happy financial outcome, remember that 10 is the magic number of increase. 10 has the ability to compound on itself. So whatever you're doing to bring that prosperity into your life, it's working. and it's going to happen better and better and better. And your ego is going to try to get you off course, because the ego's point is not so much, it doesn't really care about prosperity or any of that. What it cares about is that you don't feel good about yourself. It wants to make sure you're not feeling good enough. It wants to make sure that you're always feeling separate from your good, and that there's something wrong with you. And so if you're headed for success, the ego is always going to bring whatever kinds of self-destructive tendencies it can into your consideration to make sure that you don't get there. And that's just because that's how it's programmed. It's like a computer program. And our only way that we can combat that ego is by disregarding it. That's the only power we have, but it's all power. You have all power to say no to that ego mind, not by fighting with it, but by just disregarding it. The most that you should ever say to your ego is thanks for sharing. And that's it. And then move on to your next phase. So we've got 2 6s here. We've got 2 solar lights and 2 cards of the solar light. So as you're working with your solar light meditation, not only are you having a deepened spiritual understanding and experience, but you're also having a deepened experience of what you're here to do as a soul, what your work is, what your sacred work here is. And I think it's important too, because the ego here wants to distract you from how important you are, because it wants you to think that you understanding your importance is arrogant. Because if it can convince you that it's arrogant for you to think of yourself as important, and that it's humble for you to think of yourself as not good enough, then it can make sure that you don't succeed, that you can embrace the I'm not good enough and demonstrate I'm not good enough. And then it feels like it's fulfilling its function. But you see, it's arrogant to feel that you're not good enough. And it's not telling you that. It's not going to let you in on that secret. Infinite intelligence created you to be successful. Infinite intelligence created you to be happy. Infinite intelligence created you to be prosperous, and infinite intelligence created you to bring through whatever you love to do here, all of your unique talents and gifts, to bring light into the world. Now, who are you to say I'm not good enough? You didn't create yourself. Do you see how that's arrogant? But the ego doesn't want you to think of that as arrogant. The ego wants you to say, oh no, this is humble. You're a good person when you think about how bad you are, or not good enough, or I'm just me, or all of that. Whereas infinite intelligence says, no, you've got a huge essential function to fulfill here. And as soon as you realize that, you're going to be a lot more motivated to get the things done that need to be done. Because what you're here to do is not only going to benefit you, but it benefits everybody. And everybody wins when you win. You say that's not something that this Knight of Swords wants you to even think about. That's a line of thinking that it wants to distract you from. And sometimes the way it does that is by listening to gossip. Sometimes the way it does that is by, getting in fights with people, or yelling at the politicians on TV, or whatever it can do to get you distracted from your work here and get you, wound up and hooked into some sort of conflict or another. So today is the day to just notice that. And like I said, the most that you should ever really interact with your ego one-on-one is thanks for sharing, because that shuts it down, and then you move on. You don't try to fight against it. You pivot, and you listen instead to this other night. And this other night is like, let's get busy. We've got lots to do. We've got lots of prosperity. We've got a lot of prosperity. And the other thing you can do, like I said, is work with that solar light today. And it's such a short, easy meditation. You can memorize it. You don't have to use you can learn it in 1 or 2 sessions with the recording. And then you can not worry about the recording. You can do it all on your own. And you can run that energy 6-7 times a day if you want to get you on that beam and to stay on that beam of success. And success is really what you're all about today. So I'm excited for you. The only reason I spent so much time on this Knight of Swords is because it's the only so-called negative in your whole reading. And it's really not that big of a deal unless you decide to get hooked by it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and thank you to the amazing moderators, Jennifer and Shirley, and we'll be back for another general reading tomorrow. Blessed be.